Hey guys, it's Marley MMO, and this is something I like to call the group chat, the freelancer edition. So this is where it goes down in the DMs. You send me your questions and I answer them. And let's take a look at today's question and see how it is that we can give a little bit of tidbits and tips on how to, overcome these obstacles. Right guys? Alright, let's check it out.
Hey Marley, there's something I don't understand about Upwork, right? So I download Upwork on my phone and I see where there are jobs and you submit proposal or you apply or whatever you call it. And everything that I've applied for so far, they remove it, saying that I don't know if a scam or whatever. I don't understand it. Like, it happened for like a week now. Everything I applied for, everything. So I don't understand maybe I don't understand how Upwork really work or what is real and what is not real.
Alright, so that's our question for today. How to spot a scam on Upwork. Alright, every legitimate platform has a few little hiccups, and the scammers will roll out, because once you have established professionals, then you'll have people who want to take advantage of the system. And I mean, it is what it is, right? So how can you avoid those scams, or how can you spot those scams? I'm going to give you 2 tips on how to avoid the scam. And I mean, that will give you a little insight as to things that may look like a scam. All right, let's get into it. All right. So tip number 1, what I always do is I always ensure to make sure that the client that I'm looking to apply for that job with has their payment verified. This is very, 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 very important, because in order for them to be able to pay over any funds to a freelancer, they would have had to gone through the process to verify their payment, to ensure that they have a sufficient amount on their card to make payments to the freelancers who work for them. So on every job, you'll see a little check mark at the bottom that, once it's checked green, then that says the payment is verified. I'm going to insert it's somewhere on the screen so that you can see an example of that. So if it is that client don't have a payment verified check mark, then probably more than likely it's a scam. Not all clients don't necessarily are scammers who don't have their payment verified as yet, because you have some people who are new to Upwork, so they probably just haven't gotten around to that part of the process as yet. But about 80% of the times, if the payment isn't verified, it's more than likely a scam. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, right, is I always look out for past reviews from other freelancers who have worked with this client. Because if it is that, this client is established and they've successfully completed other projects with other freelancers successfully, which means that the payment go through and the people them get their money and the project end, that means that they would have had probably 1 or 2 reviews, even if they're new, right? So I always look out for what past freelancers are saying about this client. If them nice, if them not nice, if them is if the environment for the work is toxic. I mean, you can get a lot of insights from looking at the reviews from other freelancers. So once it is that you click on a job, you just need to scroll down, and then you're going to look for something like this, where you can see client reviews, and then you can see what other freelancers have said about that particular client. That gives you some insight into, yes, this person is established on the Upwork platform. They've obviously paid these freelancers in order for the contract to have ended and have a successful review. So, so them legitimate. You can't fight them or so, right? But as I said, ensure to take advantage of this section, because this is where you can learn a lot about the client that you're about to work for. Yes. So that's tip number 2. Alright guys, so those are my 2 tips for today. Ensure that you, number 1, check for payment verification icon, and number 2, look out for past reviews from other freelancers who have worked with the client. And those are 2 ways that you can avoid the scam. You get away, you not get tricked, you not get ducked, you not get boops, right? So remember to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you subscribe and share with a friend. Don't be selfish. Somebody might need this information because they want to start their journey on Upwork, right guys? So until next time, bye. This has been Marty MMO.